At 6'6", number 5, Michael Carter-Williams.
The crowd is assembled at BMO Harris Bradley Center looking for a Bucks victory here in Milwaukee. And we've got it right here for you on 2K Sports. It's the end of a string of away games for the... Bucks trail by 3. Antetokounmpo kicks to Carter Williams. Count the bucket. Carter Williams has got 6 points.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
Here's Antetokounmpo. No good. So the Pacers will take it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that when they just had an
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own head, just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it. Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Mr. Clutch, the pass to Mahimi. Just 5 on the clock. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. And here's a look at some of the most multi-dimensional players in the NBA. Not only can they pass, they can fill it up. The highest scoring point guards this season. Freak number 1.
Being at the top of that list, I mean, he's obviously been able to take it upon himself to give his team an offensive jolt whenever they've needed it.
And that's value added for a point guard. I mean, when you're playing that position and you score and do the other things he does, he creates offense for his teammates, and he can get his own offense, too.
There's 47 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Carter Williams. Shot misses. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. Here's Mr. Clutch. Plumlee with the rebound.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes. It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Plumlee with the steal. Here's Stauskas. 11 points for him in that last game against Atlanta. That's good. Mr. Clutch, no good, trying to... And we heard from John Henson before the game, a player on the rise. He feels he still has a lot to prove. Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg, but... And the Bucks with some changes. John Henson's checked in for Monroe. Smith comes in for Parker. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is subbed in for Nick Stauskas. Yes, so an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahimi's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Lavoy Allen. George is checked in for C.J. Miles. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Smith out there with John Henson. And it's Carter Williams in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to Atlanta.
And in part because I just thought they came out flat in that game and could never recover. Just not their best effort.
And I thought perhaps they might get an injection of life from somebody off the bench, but that never happened either. He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Looking at the numbers for Michael Carter Williams, he has 11 points, 4 assists.
Miles Plumlee's checked in for Josh Smith. The Pacers also with a sub. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Ellis.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Mahinmi's shot is good.
Assisted by Freak.
1:32 left to play here in the second quarter. Middleton dishes to Carter Williams. Free throw line jump shot. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Carter Williams has got 14 points for the game.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Here's Mr. Clutch. Carter Williams covering. 6 to shoot. Here's Mr. Clutch. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Here's Middleton. Dishes it to Antetokounmpo. To the paint. And John Henson with the slam.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
No good from Mr. Clutch. Bucks trail by 8. And he uses the glass on the layup. Mr. Clutch has got 7 points in the game.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Carter Williams, and the rebound goes to the Pacers. They've led by as many as 14 points.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Fires at the elbow. Carter Williams with another miss.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
And the first half is now in the books. Indiana out in front. They lead by 12. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Josh, what do you need to do in the second half as a team to come away with this win tonight?
First 5 minutes is going to be big for us. We got to go out with the same intensity and energy that we did in the second quarter. We have to withstand it for 2 more quarters.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback. John Henson's checked in for Monroe. Plumlee comes in for Parker, and Stauskas subbed in for Carter Williams. On the court for Indiana, Mr. Clutch, he's in at point guard. C.J. Miles is out there with Hill. Then there's Ian Mahinmi, and it's Stuckey in at the 2 guard. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pacers?
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
And up the court come the Pacers on the break.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. Ball's knocked loose. And now Stuckey running the floor all by himself.
And how about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
Antetokounmpo passes to Carter Williams. And here is Stuckey. Look at that jam. Wow. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And yes, sir, that one drops. 14 points for Freak.
And all of a sudden, you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Getting everything to drop and at an ideal time. I mean, they're poised for a terrific crunch time run here.
And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And Indiana shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Stauskas is out there with Vaughn. Then it's Smith. And it's O'Brien in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Clock is at 3. Cook it on the money from Mr. Clutch. Mr. Clutch has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Indiana. Here's Vaughn. They set the pick. Shot off the pick. And it's off the back rim. No good.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Ty Lawson, he's checked in for Indiana. Substitution here for Milwaukee. Monroe's checked in for O'Brien. Henson comes in for Damian Inglis. Parker's checked in for Nick Stauskas. And Giannis Antetokounmpo subbed in for Vaughn. Indiana also making some changes. Turner comes in for Hill, and it's Mr. Clutch in for Ty Lawson. And again, the Bucks miss. Indiana's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Indiana moving it around. Here's Mr. Clutch. The tray, good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Stauskas is checked in for John Henson. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Smith. Just 2 to shoot. And he gets it to go. And that's now 21 points for Freak.
Wow, just look at that lead. Both ends, they have been the team in control.
Yeah, and they put the fans simply on mute. They've not had anything to cheer about, and they've been silent. Some fantastic numbers here for Mr. Clutch. He's got 21 points, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling.
And the Bucks making a change here. Smith is checked in. The Pacers also with a sub. Hill's checked in. Carter-Williams with it. Picked up by Stuckey. Stauskas, the basket good off the assist from Carter-Williams. Carter-Williams has got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pacers.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players. Everything was spot on.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Mr. Clutch. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Carter-Williams kicks to Smith. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Clark, what you know about Sade? Smooth operator, but I agree with you. I think we're all seeing that right now.
Yes, indeed.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with